My name is Aaron Ettram, and I'll be answering questions about law firm and IT technology strategy. A little bit of background on me. I've been in the IT field professionally since 1997. I started my career at a very young age on a help desk. I progressed into a junior level network administrator, all the way up to a full-blown network administrator for a couple of Fortune 500 companies. So long and short, I've been an IT professional for over 25 years, and 15 of those years have been focused on law firms. Mostly it's moving to the cloud, and what I like to refer to it as the illusion of control. I still run into a lot of firms that believe that data sitting on a tin can in the corner of their office is ultimate control, and they have better ownership of this data sitting on this server. Now, on-premise servers, the reality is they get breached and they suffer data loss all the time, whereas it's extremely rare with an enterprise-grade cloud system. They also forget that you're in the cloud if you're on the internet, right? That computer's not connected to just power. That computer's on the internet. People can hit it, they can look for open ports. It is vulnerable. Just to put it in perspective, like me having a mindset that, hey, if I put my money under my mattress at my house versus with a bank, and then believing that that gives me more control and more security surrounding my money, where the reality is quite opposite. And the same is true when it comes to data and where it is stored. There's a lot of people in just that old mindset that, yep, this box here, as long as I can see it, I can feel it, I can touch it, that's ownership, that's control, and that's what we must have. Again, just stuck in how things were in technology. You have to keep evolving. You have to keep changing your mindset. You have to understand what's new. You know, if you've been at a law firm for 30, 40 years and you've always had a server room, it's hard to let that concept go. It's like, well, we've always had a server. That's just the way it's done. Why would we ever do this? It's just change is not something that is easily accepted. So I think it really just comes from the history of how things were, not that it's right. Firms that have things under control, they really took the time to document their problems and their goals carefully. They ask the right questions when they're interviewing a potential IT vendor. For example, like, how are you going to fix these said problems? This is what I would like to do. Tell me how you are going to help me achieve that. And then they validate those questions by talking to other law firms that are real clients of that IT firm and validating that this is actually true in their case and that they're not experiencing these problems or they are achieving these goals. They're more specific, and they also view it as a core piece of their business. There's two mindsets. Some people view IT as just a nuisance that you have to just get through. Okay, is that done? Can we move on now to practicing law? But they view it as a critical component of their business. They sit down with their group. They ask different questions. You know, a problem for an attorney might be completely different than what a paralegal views as a problem versus what administration or accounting views as a problem. And really making sure that you get everyone's perspective and that you're covering the basis for everyone, not just for these couple of key rainmaker partners that this is their problem. We're just going to focus on that, get that fixed. Okay, everyone else deal with your issues. But a firm really will come together and make sure that they understand how technology applies to their business and how it applies to the people within the organization that have different roles and what do they like, what do they not like, and making sure that they're tackling those lists very thoroughly. And then after something is implemented, not just going with the theory of that should have worked, but following up. Let's ask those questions again. Let's talk about those pain points that we had. Has that been remedied? If not, what are we going to do about it? So those are really the firms that succeed versus the ones that don't. The biggest factor that tells me they're modern is they have gone completely serverless, and they've made physical location for their people irrelevant to their ability to do their jobs. So for example, you know, the old school way to do it is that I must be in the building. Like, if I'm not in the building, I need to physically remote into a computer that is in the building. And that's not only incredibly unreliable, but it's also incredibly slow. And to be modern, a firm needs to either modernize its software or professionally compartmentalize maybe some of the older applications via published applications, for example. Also, they should be taking advantage of newer technologies such as Entra ID versus old school Active Directory. You can be mobile, you can be nimble, and you can still be secure and control your data regardless of someone's physical location. And a lot of law firms, they don't realize this. They don't even know that that's a possibility. But when I hear that a law firm, they've gone completely serverless, they have no more servers anymore, people are working wherever they want, that's a sign of a modern law firm. If you leverage technology properly, you know, the younger firms, some of them are going completely, you know, without any brick and mortar whatsoever in many cases. And larger firms on the cutting edge of technology are starting to get smaller offices with a really nice lobby and a nice conference room. And then they have enough office space designed to accommodate people kind of coming in and out at will that need to work on site. And the modern firms are also, they're setting up docking stations. So they're setting up a docking station at someone's house. They're setting up a docking stations all over the office. They give everybody literally one physical laptop that will accommodate their needs anywhere they are, whether they're on the road, they're at court, they're at home, they're at the office, it's all the same. And then this also makes costs cheaper because a lot of people have kind of an old school desktop or something under their desk where if I'm not there, I can't use it. Modern culture, they want flexibility. They want to work from home if they need to. They want to move to another state if they so desire. They need to be able to work at a mediation or at court. They need to work on the road. They need to be able to access critical information for clients instantaneously. Nobody wants to hear that, oh, I'll be at my desk tomorrow at 8 a.m. and I can look that up for you. You should have that at your disposal anywhere you are. If you found this conversation helpful, subscribe for more insights on law firm technology and IT strategy. To learn more about how Uptime Legal helps law firms modernize their IT, visit uptimelegal.com.